video, we will discuss the country with slow internet, old American cars, strong coffee, cheap rum, and music echoing in the alley, and shaping the country called Cuba. But before going into details, please subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for getting notification of more informative and interesting content on the beautiful places of the world. At the east of Mexico, south of both the American states of Florida and Bahamas, west of Hispaniola, and north of both Jamaica and Cayman Islands, at the location where the northern Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, and Atlantic Ocean meet, exists the Republic of Cuba, with Havana as its largest city and capital, covering the area of about 109,884 kilometers square. Cuba is the country of the West Indies, the largest single island of the archipelago and one of the most influential states of the Caribbean region. Until 15th century, it was a colony of Spain until the Spanish-American War of 1898, when Cuba was occupied by the United States and gained independence in 1902. Groups of mountains and hills cover about one-third of this beautiful island, while the plains cover about two-thirds of the main island, which have been used extensively for sugarcane and tobacco cultivation and livestock raising. Cuba is known as the sugar bowl of the world, as it is used to have largest sugar industry, which is now in decay, and its position is now taken up by Brazil, followed by India. The rivers of Cuba are short, with merged flow of nearly 600 rivers and streams, 2/5 discharge to the north and the remainder to the south. The Zapata Peninsula is the most extensive of Cuba's many coastal wetlands. Cuba's coastline stretches over 3,500 miles. Blending the traditions of Spain, Africa, and its native people, Cuba has emerged as multicultural, largely urban nation, well known for its cigars, its rum made from sugarcane, ladies, salsa, and other Cuban dance styles. The aromas, textures, and flavors of this Caribbean nation are like no others. 1950s era car, Spanish colonial architecture, Cuban national ballet, Buena Vista Social Club at Guantanamo Bay are the features which make it unique and picturesque. Cuba's history is reflected in its food, language, art, and most of all in its music. All year round, it seems as if bands are everywhere in Havana. The main musical form is called son, which combines lively rhythms with classical guitar. Unlike most countries in Latin America, Cuba's favorite sport is not soccer, it's baseball. Baseball came to Cuba from United States in 1860s. Many international baseball stars have come from Cuba, and the Cuban national team is one of the best in the world. It's the national game of Cuba. American cars were imported into Cuba for about 50 years, beginning near the early 20th century. After the Cuban Revolution, the US embargo was erected, and Castro banned the importation of American cars and mechanical parts. That's why Cuba is essentially a living museum for the classical cars. Cuba has many different habitats, from mountain forests to jungles and grasslands. There are even small deserts. These different ecosystems are home to unique plants and animals found only in Cuba. Many interesting creatures live in Cuba's thick forests. Most famous is the bee hummingbird, which is the world's smallest bird. Adult bee hummingbirds grow to only 2 inches long. The world's smallest frog also lives in Cuba. It's Cuba's vast natural beauty, featuring vibrant coral reefs, pristine beaches, crystalline turquoise water, lush valleys, and majestic mountains, however, that leave visitors a true craving to return visit. Sometimes it's hard to know whether Cuba is awakening to the world or the world is awakening to Cuba. Whatever is your politics, it's easy to admire this island nation that has proudly grown its own way. Cuba has its foot firm in the past, and we can be thankful to it for not letting go many things as the world moves forward each day.